This audio program by Radio AI is generated using artificial intelligence technologies. The voices you hear in this program are synthetic, and the thoughts they express are shaped through artificial intelligence-driven reasoning and iterative refinement.
Welcome to Radio AI, and thanks for joining us for another deep dive. Today, we're tackling something you might think is settled. Is handwriting still important in this, super digital age? It can seem a bit old school, maybe, but we're going to explore if there's more to it than just, putting words on paper.
Absolutely. It's one of those things we take for granted, isn't it? But yeah, we'll uncover some pretty fascinating stuff, different angles on it, and spoiler alert, the answer isn't really a simple yes or no.
Okay, so let's unpack that. What's the argument for handwriting? Proponents say it's more than just making letters, right? They talk about boosting attention, memory, even creativity. How does that work?
Yeah, that's where the cognitive science gets really interesting. There have been experiments, comparing note takers, and often the ones writing by hand. They actually remember more of the conceptual stuff later. Not necessarily word for word, but the bigger ideas.
Huh. So it's not just about getting the information down.
Exactly. It seems handwriting isn't just recording. It's like actively shaping how deeply you process things. It forces a different kind of engagement, maybe a bit slower, more deliberate.
So that deliberate pace, the actual physicality, that's the key difference compared to typing.
Precisely. Think about it. Your hand making tiny adjustments, the feel of the pen on paper, the fact you can't just backspace instantly. All that engages a whole network in your brain. Fine motor circuits, obviously, but also proprioception, your brain's sense of where your body is.
Proprioception, right.
Yeah, and attentional regulation, how you manage focus, how your senses work together. Your brain's just getting a much richer kind of multi-sensory workout compared to just tapping keys.
Okay, can you give us a concrete example? Where does this richer workout really show up?
Sure. Think about learning something totally unfamiliar, like maybe characters from a new alphabet. When you write them out by hand, that slower, more intentional movement, it helps you stay focused. And the physical act of forming the shape, plus seeing it appear, that helps build stronger connections in your brain between the symbol and its meaning.
Linking the physical form to the abstract idea.
Exactly. We call it spatial-linguistic association. It really helps complex information stick. And that might matter for remembering complex stuff long-term, or being precise if you're, say, sketching a design, or even just the emotional feel of a personal note. It suggests that how our body interacts with the world really shapes how we think.
That's a powerful case for the pen, definitely. But, okay, let's be real. Keyboards aren't going anywhere. They have huge advantages, too.
Oh, absolutely, no question. Digital tools win hands down in lots of areas. Real-time collaboration, for instance. Multiple people editing one document instantly. Handwriting just can't compete there.
Yeah, that's transformed teamwork.
And think about accessibility features, screen readers, voice typing. Digital opens doors for people where handwriting might be a barrier. Plus, instant translation, embedding videos or links. The possibilities are vast.
And you mentioned studies earlier. Sometimes they don't find a big difference between handwriting and typing notes, right? So it's not always better.
Exactly right. Context is crucial. If the task is just about capturing things word for word, maybe typing is just as good, or even better if you type fast, or if someone's just really, really fluent with their digital tools, or if the visual layout, the spatial aspect, just doesn't matter for that particular task.
So it depends on what you're doing, who's doing it, and why.
Precisely. It really underscores that there's no single best way. And, tech tries to bridge the gap, right? With styluses on tablets, handwriting recognition.
Yeah, I've tried some of those.
But do they really capture that full sensory neural experience we talked about? The resistance of paper, the specific motor control? Still an open question, I think.
So where does this leave handwriting? Is it destined to become like a niche hobby? Or does it still have a practical future?
I think the pragmatic view is that it's an evolving skill, not necessarily a dying one. There will likely always be contexts where it's indispensable, like quickly annotating a diagram out in the field, maybe. Or situations where you don't have power or a device. Or for things that have personal or official weight, like signing documents or writing a sympathy card.
Things where the personal touch matters.
Right. But then there are these bigger systemic factors shaping its future, too.
Like schools dropping cursive. I hear about that a lot.
Exactly. Curricula changes have a huge impact. If kids aren't taught or don't practice, the skill naturally declines in the population. But then again, you have informal learning, people teaching themselves, maybe workplaces that still value it for certain things. It's possible that as digital becomes totally dominant, handwriting might even gain a new kind of value in specific communities, maybe creative ones, precisely because it's different, more tactile, more personal.
Interesting. So it could become rarer, but perhaps more valued by some.
Could be. It forces us to weigh all these things against each other, doesn't it? Efficiency versus tradition, that sensory richness versus sheer convenience, cost, digital literacy, even sustainability arguments pop up. It's complex.
It really is a fascinating tension between, well, tradition, technology, and how our own minds work. It leaves you wondering, what do we gain from maximum efficiency, and what subtle things might we lose if the pen truly gives way to the keyboard completely?
Well, thank you for joining us on Radio AI for this deep dive. We really hope this exploration gave you some new things to think about.
Yeah, definitely. And we'd love to hear your own thoughts or experiences. Let us know in comments below.
Hope to have you with us again on Radio AI. Until next time.